Welcome to the newest episode of SkiTStuff.
Yay, another episode of SkiTStuff.
Before I begin, let me just say this is take 3. Take 2, I completed the recording except my audio cut out. The second take, I accidentally started too early and I had to like stop and restart. Yeah, welcome. So, for this series, I like to answer your guys' comments, whether it's a Q&A session or whether I just tell you guys to talk about something. For this time, I'm going to do a Q&A, and then the next episode will be another Q&A. Before we begin, one more thing. So I think it'll be either here or it'll be like here. That'll be the last episode. That last episode was 3 years ago. It was recorded back in March of 2019. But it was finally uploaded in May of 2019. Just know that usually the videos is just me answering questions or replying to comments and stuff, and that's it. But for this one, we're gonna get serious for this one. Normally we don't get the serious. And the second, the card that I just put there in the corner is the drawing blind thing where I did with my buddy Tim. I put a picture of him there somewhere probably. Whether you watched the video or not, all you gotta know is that we asked in the comments to put hashtag SkiTStuff and then whatever for this video. And I'm gonna do the same for this one. I'll talk about that in more detail at the end. So I'm gonna be combining the comments from the really old video from 3 years ago and the newer one from like 5-6 days ago or whatever. And now without further ado, we're gonna begin. Looking at the old video from Let's Minecraft, by the way, he's still here. Like, I think he might even comment on this one, who knows? But he says, hashtag SkiTStuff, how would you feel if one day you suddenly had 100K subs? So 100,000, you know, that's 1 with 5 zeros behind it and a comma in there if you want to be fancy. So he's asking basically, what if I were to just stop the recording right now? You didn't have to actually make it black. I was just pretending to stop the recording. So if I were to stop the recording, you know, we'll wrap up everything, you know, be proud that I recorded, got ready for bed, you know, brushed my teeth, went to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning, and then I looked on my phone, notifications upon notifications of this person subscribed, and I look at my channel, and then if it were to say I got 100K subs, I would be super excited. I'd be ecstatic. It's because with all those people, it's very likely a good amount of them are going to be like active people, either watching my stuff, hopefully enjoying what I'm doing, or commenting. I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it, you know? That's why this series exists. Now I'm going to look at this in like a more businessman way, you know, businessman. I don't make any money off this YouTube channel at all. You know, nothing from the views or anything because my channel's too small. I need minimum 1,000 viewers. And the other part that I need, I believe, is 6K watch hours, 6,000 watch hours. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correct number. I need to hit both in order to start making money off of YouTube. I like doing videos. I like doing stuff in front of a camera. I like being, you know, just myself. I like playing games. I like doing whatever. I like making myself smile and then it makes other people smile. I like doing that. It's like a great hobby of mine. I wouldn't mind doing this for a living. And it would be great if I were to actually make money doing something I love, because then it's almost like I'm not working, but I am, but you know what I mean. Because I recently quit a job and I'm using a good amount of that money into my channel. Like, here's a light here, here's a light here. This camera, that's a good example. This camera, I can shoot 4K and I look crisp. It would be great if I basically had 100K, because YouTube is basically just telling me, you got a chance to make it big, sonny. You got a chance to make some money off of this, so you don't have to worry about starving. You don't have to worry about having a roof under your head. You don't have to worry about having a car and stuff, because you can just buy one. Well, if I make enough money, because just because I have 100K does not mean I make that much money. But if I did, that would be great, because then I get to be like independent. I get to be living whatever life that I want, with the bonus of my job that I'm getting all that money from is doing something I love. That's the best way I would want to live my life. And that's going to be important in an upcoming question. All right, next question. I don't know who this Pari or whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce that name. I don't know who this person is. Now I'm going to snap my fingers and that's probably who it is. Anyway, back to the question. Like it said, oof or no? So let me give you some background information. Some of you guys, pretty much all of you guys should know what oof is, O-O-F. So to give you some background though, and to show you how extensive my knowledge is, how big my brain is. Oof is just the sound of somebody getting hurt. And this sound was used in some CGI film. I don't know if it was a short film, but it was some film. Skip forward to when Roblox first started, the developers were like, let's put in a sound effect for when you die in the game. So they decided to rip the sound off of that film and then put it in the game. So that's why whenever you died in Roblox, you would give the classic You know, that sound is iconic, you know? When you think of oof, you think of Roblox. And that sound has been tied with nostalgia because people my age or older that have been growing up on Roblox back when it used to look like a knockoff of Legos, everybody has fond memories of that game, therefore they have fond memories of the oof. I was gonna say as recent, but 2019 is a while ago, especially in the eyes of YouTube. Back in 2019, maybe it was 2018, that people were like getting excited over the fact that like, remember this, remember that? I mean, we still have that, but the trend was on Roblox at the time. Everyone was like basically so nostalgic over the oof sound. They started turning it into memes. And then meme culture was so powerful, it still is, but it was also very powerful at the time that the word oof has infiltrated our very psyches. To put into perspective, nowadays when I'm talking to my friend, hey, you wanna go like to a movie later, buddy? Nah, sorry man, I already made plans to go walk my dog to my aunt's house and then we were gonna have some pie and I can't invite anybody. My aunt's kind of blind and I need to focus on helping her out, you know? Very weird stuff. You could just say no. No, what they would probably respond is like, oh, that sucks. Or they could also respond with, oh no. But you know, back in the day, you'd be like, yo, what's up, man? You wanna do some Minecraft Let's Play recordings, man? Sorry, dude, I got like a rat infestation. Like, I just hired an exterminator and because I'm scared of rats, I'm just gonna like step out of the house for like the whole day, let the exterminator do what they gotta do. I already told you what the normal response would be, but back then it would always be, oof. Times were different back then. I mean, not that much different, but you know, little pieces of vocabulary change every few years. Like for example, something we didn't say at all last year was, it's giving depression. So to answer the question, back then I would probably say, sure, oof. But we're living in 2022. Times have changed and my preferences have changed. I'm gonna have to go with no. You know, if something bad happens, like, oh no, my dog fell down the well. Well, I just said it. I said no. Now time for the next question. Okay, guys, we did a wild thing known as time travel. What I mean by that is now we're on the recent video, the one that was like 5-6 days ago uploaded. So once again, just to put back in the context, I did that video with my friend Tim, also known as CyberTimYT, and he commented down in the video below. His question is, for the Q&A, what is the meaning of life? So, I don't want to get too serious, but you know, I did say I might get a little serious for this video. I'm actually going to give a serious answer, so buckle up. So the way I see it, it's going to be different from what a lot of people say. So if you have your own personal beliefs or if you follow some religion or anything that influences what you think the meaning of life is, you can continue to think that all you want. That's perfectly fine. As long as you're not hurting anyone, then that's okay by me. Before I answer that, I kind of got to say something. If you think about it, when you were born, you didn't have the choice to be born. When your parents were born, they didn't have the choice. Like, you know, like we exist and we didn't have a say in that. And same thing happened with our ancestors. Same thing with like that bush in the backyard, you know? We came here without like a reason. Now that could be seen as like a bummer, and it could be. I mean, I kind of felt bummed out when I thought about it when I was younger, but you could compare this to like a video game. I know that sounds corny, but think about it like if it was like an old version of Minecraft before they added the Ender Dragon or an end to the game. Or think about it as like Gmod, not counting like if you join like a custom server or anything. Just you in the sandbox with a bunch of tools, no one telling you what to do except for maybe a tutorial. But like once you're finished with a tutorial, which if you think about it, if you're lucky to have parents or some guardian figure, they kind of give you a tutorial on how to live life. Like for example, you learn how to talk, you learn how to eat, you learn how to use the bathroom, you learn how to wipe yourself when you're done pooping, you know, stuff like that. Life in itself kind of has a tutorial as well. If you think about it, parts of life is the tutorial. And when you think about it in Minecraft or other video games like Elite Dangerous, like there are some tutorials in some of those games. You're almost giving yourself a tutorial if there is none, or when it comes to higher level stuff, you're kind of teaching yourself, whether it's with resources from like a wiki page or a friend, you're like always learning and you're always improving in that game. That's kind of how real life is. You were born, you were taught how to go about your life, and you improve on how to do certain things. And you have problems, you have solutions, you have problem solving, you have a bunch of knowledge always coming into your head 24/7, just like a video game. So what's the point if there is no meaning of life? The way I see it is, we don't know what happens, or I don't know what happens after someone passes away. Like if, for example, if I were to go walk down the street and some person in a big semi truck just ran me over because they weren't paying attention and I wasn't paying attention and I died to it, I don't know what would happen after that. Like, what happens? Is my vision just gonna go black as soon as I get the impact? Am I gonna still stay alive and then see like the lights of a hospital before I die? Is there like my life flashing before my eyes? There's a bunch of theories saying that certain things will happen, and there's also religious beliefs and such that say that there's maybe another afterlife or an afterlife after you die, or that you're reincarnated and live another life, or maybe another series of lives after this one. We don't really know what happens. So that's kind of risky. So if you think about it, in this life that we're having right now, mine, yours, do you really want to do something stupid and like throw your life away, whether it's something illegal or something self-harmful? You know, like I would recommend like not doing that, because you don't know what happens after you pass away. Because we don't know if there's any more chances. For all we know, there's just one chance at life. And we were probably not even supposed to be here on purpose. Who knows? A lot of people say that life started on Earth just by accidents. I know people say this as a joke, saying, haha, I'm an accident, but there's some trains of thought that say that life in general was an accident. So if anything, that makes you just as special as the rest of life. We have one chance in life, so don't throw it away. If you have your own demons, your own problems, your own struggles, it's hard, and it definitely sucks that other people and myself all I can say and all they can say is just work on yourself or get help. But like, you should, you know, don't be afraid to get help, because the longer you take to get help, it could be something as minor as, oh, I'm struggling to decorate a house, or what color should I make this background? Hey, buddy, what color should I make my background? Okay, I'll do that color. It could be something more major, like for example, me, I would struggle with a lot of mental health issues, still do to this very day, and so do my friends and stuff. So whenever I'm down, it might be something more simple as I'm gonna go talk to a friend, just vent out my feelings. That usually helps a lot. Sometimes it's better if you go see a psychiatrist, a therapist, a counselor, somebody. It can be a professional, it can also be a friend. As long as you're doing something, and as long as you're putting in effort, and as long as you yourself want to help yourself, that's always the important thing. You should know that you're worth something, and you should help yourself. I know there are certain reasons why this might not work out and why that might not work out. Everyone's different, everyone has their own problems. But what I'm saying is, you got only like one chance at this earth that we know of. So try to make it the best you can. Try to make it your best life, because we don't know if there will be another life for you or for me. So that's kind of why, extending back to me, why I want to do YouTube for a living. So if I had 100K subs, going back to the last question, I'd be excited, because I might be able to live the rest of my life comfortably, knowing that to stay alive, all I have to do is just be myself, have fun, doing what I love. And that would be probably the best way for me to live. Now, that won't fit everyone. Someone else might rather be an artist, tattoo artist, lawyer, therapist, a teacher, a fireman. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. So what I'm saying is, you can believe whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself. You should do whatever you can to live a happier life, as long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself. And to me, that's what the meaning of life is, to summarize. Kind of whatever you make out of it. It's kind of like, the meaning of life is just, there is none really. You just gotta do the best you can. Make it your best life. If anything, that in itself could be the meaning. Just having fun, doing what you want. Sorry, that's probably the most serious question I've ever answered on this very channel. Sorry about that existential crisis drop, especially for the younger viewers. All right, time for the next question. Okay, so after some more time traveling, we're back to the old video, the one from 3 years ago. And Onboard Bench, he says, I'm waiting for a stream, and the intro was lol. Like he found it funny. Thank you for that. And the second part, or the first part, is that he was waiting for a stream. And considering this is made 3 years ago, this comments, I'm pretty sure he got all the streams he wanted. Because for like the next while, up until recently, I've been doing nothing but live streams. If anything, I can word this question so it's more like modern, like I could pretend he asked this yesterday. For example, if any of you guys are waiting for a stream from me, I can't tell you when, but I can tell you that I have already figured out what it's going to be about. So stay tuned for that. So if you're not subscribed, I recommend hitting the sub button and hitting the bell button, so that way you get notified. Why? Not because I just want my number to go up, but because that way you actually know the next time I upload a video, because you might like my videos as well. And also so you know when I go live. All right, we're gonna do one more question. Okay, I'm gonna come clean here. I actually don't know if this was meant to be a question, but I'm gonna read it anyway. If you remember this familiar name right here, Let's Mind That Craft, he asks, "Joke's on you, I took a screenshot at 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Now let me give you some context. He took a screenshot during my recent video, the one where, well, I'll just show you. That's the screenshot, guys, that right there. As you guys can see, hold on, I'm getting sick of this color. As you guys can see, he took a screenshot there, and you know, as an NFT artist myself, I have to say, I'm gonna send lawyers after you. No, I don't do NFT art, but my art that I made, that you took a screenshot of, you're actually not in trouble because I made it public domain, guys. And public domain means that anybody can use it for whatever they want. Well, the reason why I also did that is for self-preservation, because millions and millions, maybe even billions of years from now, we're gonna eventually, like, maybe we might crumble as a society, or we'll go to other planets, who knows? Maybe a future civilization, whether it's from this planet or another one, will come in, and they're gonna come down to this planet, look at the wasteland that we left behind. Maybe we left it behind. Maybe the conditions of the planet itself made it this way. Maybe the sun made it this way. All you gotta know is that they're gonna see no evidence of humanity remaining. All they're gonna see is this one piece of art. And this art right here is the most important art that you will ever see. I want the future societies out there to look at this and shed a tear of sincerity, saying, wow, humanity was beautiful. But that's about it for SkiTStuff. Thanks, guys. In the comment section below, I want you to put hashtag SkiTStuff. This part is actually optional, but you can put that. After SkiTStuff, go ahead and put a comment about whatever. It can be an important question, but it doesn't have to be. Usually my videos are lighter hearted than what I did earlier. Don't be afraid of the thought that somebody else already asked this question before you, because to be honest, I'm probably not gonna know that either. Like, if you don't know if somebody asked the same question that you did that you're about to press enter on, I probably didn't either. Even if I notice, I'm probably gonna answer it anyway. I'm just gonna be like, hey, thanks for asking. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.